I greatly miss working with you, Judge Knapp, and I wish you nothing but the best in this new chapter of your life. And I would only ask you for one last thing, that you continue to stay in touch with all of us through the coming years, and that you let me know how retirement is going, because I'm not far behind.
And I didn't mean for this to sound like a eulogy. We were all going to miss him. We're happy now that he'll have more time to spend with his family and his friends. And we're also hoping to steal him away for a fishing trip or two. And Tom, from all of your colleagues and from the staff, bailiffs, and court administration here in Stearns and Benton County as well, we thank you for your 18 years of exemplary service as a district judge, and we wish you all the best.
Tom, I've known you since high school. I was proud to minister the oath in 1995. I've watched you since then. I'm proud of what you've done in the district court. People in the state of Minnesota have been well served by your tenure. We want to thank you. I want to thank you on behalf of them, and wish you well.
Without further ado, as they say, I want to ask Judge Knapp to, if you would step over here. I have a couple of items that I wish to present to you. And I read you first from the Certificate of Recognition dated May 9, 2013. It reads as follows. This certificate is presented to the Honorable Thomas P. Knapp in recognition of 17 years of excellent service to the state of Minnesota and the Minnesota Judicial Branch, 7th Judicial District. With the appreciation and respect of the people of Minnesota, this certificate is presented to the Honorable Thomas P. Knapp on the date of his retirement, June 3rd, 2013. We're a little early, but we're efficient here. And I hereunto to set my hand and seal, mark date, and Governor, State of Minnesota. Judge Knapp. And finally, let me present you a plaque that means a great deal to many people who are not in this room. And it is on their behalf that I present this plaque. Okay, Judge Knapp is one of our over 200 district court judges who, in addition to the ways he has served the people of this judicial district, he has also served the people across the state of Minnesota by serving in committees, by providing guidance and help, and being a voice to call on for other judges and members of the judicial branch. This plaque reads as follows. Supreme Court of the State of Minnesota to Thomas P. Knapp in recognition and appreciation of distinguished services rendered to the judiciary, to the legal profession, and to citizens of the state of Minnesota in furtherance of the fair, impartial, and expeditious administration of justice as District Court Judge from 1995 to 2013. On behalf of the Minnesota Judicial Branch, this court expresses its heartfelt gratitude for selfless dedication to public duty and to the common welfare of the people of the state of Minnesota. It is dated May 31, 2013, and signed by Gloria Gilday, Chief Justice of the Minnesota Supreme Court.
When you retire, I think the number one priority for you is to thank people, because frankly, you don't do this by yourself. I've been the beneficiary of working with many, many very competent people, and I think it's important to share some of that with you today. My thoughts on doing that was to do it in a chronological fashion. So if you will indulge me, I'd just like to kind of start at the beginning, if I could. I was born in 1948 in Albany, Minnesota. Jim mentioned that. Small town. My dad was a general practitioner in Albany, and that meant that he had a small town office. He was the only lawyer in the community. He actually officed on his home. I don't know if that's anything anyone here is familiar with, but kind of like doctors making house calls in those days. We actually had a rather large home. In the front of the home was his office, and his staff was my mother. She was a secretary previous to that, and she was his receptionist, his typist. We didn't have word processing back then, so if you made a mistake, you start over. So you probably don't remember that. And she was bookkeeper, accountant, and everything rolled into one. And so that was their operation. I lived in that same house. It was separated by one door where you entered the office and where you entered the private living quarters. And frankly, as a young child, I think I probably reminded myself off, and that's one thing I would never be doing. Far too many hours in the office.